chasing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. But I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, hit boy, we got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry, hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about it.
Touchdown!
Kadarius Toney.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They run again on first down. Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They go play action. Cousins.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
That's complete to Tony. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Mahomes now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end Kelsey. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce. 28 yards.
And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0.
after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. But he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside line.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs. Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked
picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Following the interception, Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Pushes past him.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Cook again.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. 4th down, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Cousins now. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On the return, it's Tony.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Connection made on the out route to Valdez-Scantling. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And some room to run now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins.
They're going for Jefferson downfield.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that went quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit, I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Final play of the half, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Going to be caught here, left side, Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, McKinnon again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
In motion left, the tight end. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball notch free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Cousins again. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Kadarius Toney
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. The 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On second down, Cousins again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
That'll be caught. It's Toney.
Touchdown!
Kadarius Toney.
37 yards.
And the Chiefs add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Nwangwu now from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It's complete to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
KJ Osborne.
46 yards.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Joseph connects on the extra point
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Now Mahomes. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Mahomes now to throw. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw is Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. they think they're going to win those too.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now here's Mahomes. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense.
The 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Cousins now to throw on first down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He finds McKinnon, complete. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
Not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Now whistles and a timeout call here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Good route, kid.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense.